League Baseball now on the show as our coverage comes to you from the Double-A Central. Tonight, the first of this three-game weekend. It's baseball on the show, and it's coming. Nivaldo Rodriguez gets the call for game one of the series.
He's out.
So next to bat will be Daniel Madsen. First cuts for him here with the bases open and 2 away. Now the pitch. Well, you take a look at our visiting club as they take the field tonight. They've had it going the last 10 games. They're 7-3 over that stretch, including a win last time out.
Yeah, Matty. Dan, this team is playing well. They're getting closer in the division race. I guess my question to you, I want to ask you, did you find that you started to really pitch better as the summer months started to get hotter?
No doubt about it. Not only does his team start feeling better, but I think you get a good vibe starting to go throughout the clubhouse. You realize that the schedule.
We'll have to leave it there as the play is made for the third out. And ending in the books tonight, still scoreless here on the show. Now at the plate, here is Daniel Madsen. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. First offering, low for ball 1.
Well, just like your fielders pick you up sometimes, right here, he's got a chance to pick his guy up after that error would have ended the inning. It's a team game.
Swing and a miss. A little too anxious there. 1-1.
The offense better get it going right here because they certainly can tell from their dugout this guy is carrying himself with a presence out on the mound. He's got feel for all his pitches.
Swinging a soft liner.
Here you go.
Throwing the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. So it's no runs on no. And now in the box, Daniel Madsen grounded out in his last at-bat.
Yeah, Matty, expect this pitcher to try and get the same result as his last at-bat right here. The double play is in order. Anything on the ground, the way this defense is, they could certainly roll too.
On its way, the 0-1 pitch. He comes up empty that time as he's underneath it, 0-2.
Pitcher wants to have a quick inning right here, capitalize on the momentum his batters have.
Softly hit down to third, likely no shot at 2. One there, on to first, a double play. So a big at-bat coming up, and it'll be Daniel Madsen, and a big at-bat here as he'd be the go-ahead run. Fastball laid off well below the knees.
Hey, this pitcher's going to have to step off the mound right here and refocus. Take a deep breath, something. Can't keep falling behind and creating traffic. It puts everybody on edge, not only himself, his defense, and especially his manager.
And he lays off for a ball, 2-1.
I'm pretty surprised by the location on those last 3 pitches. The book on him is that he hits the away pitch pretty well, and he just saw 3 in a row out there.
So does he go back out there again?
No, Matt, I expect him to mix it up. Most catchers won't call for the same location over and over and over.
And this misses, so it'll set up a big pitch coming up. It's full, 3-2.
Well, this has been a long inning already, and I know he doesn't want it to get any longer. I expect a challenge pitch right here.
And that misses, ball 4. Digging in next, Daniel Madsen, 0 for 3 with an RBI in this one. And it's fouled away.
When that threat of running's on first base, man, does that change the whole pitcher's mentality. This guy at the plate should assume nothing but heaters coming right at him.
Good pitch as this is swung on and missed, and now they're down to perhaps their final strike of the evening.
I'll tell you, if I'm pitching right now, I'm not throwing anything near the strike zone until these guys through.
And he gets strike 3 called to end it here, and with that, this one is over. A 4-1 finish in this evening's game. The Arkansas Travelers rode an important 6th inning to victory in this one. Anthony Misevich notches his 3rd win of the year. Welcome welcome to MLB The Show and this presentation of minor league baseball. Tonight, game 2 of this 3-game weekend series between the Arkansas Travelers and the Corpus. We've got baseball on the show. Daniel Madsen, a right-hander from the state of Texas, is the man on the mound here. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, this guy's had a real solid season up to this point. ERA under 3.5, which is saying something in these high-scoring games we see now in the game of baseball. This guy knows how to pitch, and if he's on, he knows how to minimize the damage. He'll be fun to watch in this one.
Strike one to start the at-bat.
First pitch, 6 o'clock.
Hit down the third baseline. Oh, look at the sliding stop. He's out. And what a vital play there, preventing the leadoff man from getting aboard. Stepping up now, Luis Liberato. And he's swinging a pretty hot bat coming in. Hits in each of his last 7 games. And they go right after him on the inside corner for strike one. Guys, we take a look at the home 9 as they take the field tonight. Fair to say they're not playing their best baseball right now. Losers of 5 of their last 6.
Yeah, Matty V, and you know what, D-Roll, this is when you really get tested. They call it the dog days of August 1st.
Now here's a fly ball, well hit. Racing back, the right fielder. But he can't get there, and it bounces over the wall. It's a ground rule double.
There's a deep fly ball. Doesn't quite get out of the ballpark, but it hits in the right spot as it bounces off that hard warning track and over the wall for a ground rule double. Not sure if he had triple on his mind, but I doubt he'll complain too much about getting to coast into second base.
Into the box, Jordan Cowan. As he'll wait out a breaking pitch here that finds the zone for strike one. And he falls behind 0-2. And here's a changeup in there for a called third strike, and that's the second out of the inning.
Flat out locked him up with the changeup right there. Usually you're trying for a swing and miss when you throw that pitch in a 2-strike count, but clearly he wasn't looking for it, so it's a backwards K for him.
And a step off. Here's the first pitch to him. Connor Lean is in with 2 away now as he looks at a called strike one. Behind 0-2 now.
On 0-2 here, he doesn't have to give in with a great pitch to hit. He's got a base open, so he has to focus on making a good pitch right here.
0-2, here it is. Another one sent foul. Ready on 0-2. Grounded to third. Reined in. Throw in time, and the side is retired. So they get a man to second here in the opening half inning, but fail to capitalize. At the plate now is Jack Larson as we run you the numbers to see the splits between July and August. And he lays off a pitch in there for the first strike.
1 strike.
You know, a lot of guys don't like to swing at the first pitch. That might be the case with this one right here. Took a wheelhouse fastball, 0-0 center cut. Didn't even give the impression he was swinging.
A dive, but it's off his glove.
No runner, no runner. Hold it right there, hold it.
The pitcher's got to be smarter right there. He blew that fastball right by him, and then he did him a favor by speeding up his back with a changeup. Nice execution to keep your hands back by the batter.
Cal Raleigh is at the plate as he watches ball one. Don't want to forget about it. The 1-0 home. Larson aboard here at first with nobody out. No contact there, and it's 1-2. And this is on the ground is short. Could be 2. And that's the first out. So now here is Jansen Whitty looking to put them ahead early with this at-bat. And a good fastball there, but this just misses the zone for ball one. And he jumps at a changeup, a swing and a miss.
Not the ideal location for a changeup up in the zone, but he got away with it.
Siri comes on and makes the catch in shallow left for out number 2. So a runner in scoring position with 2 men gone. And up next is Rory McCann. Lifted down the line in left. Here comes the left fielder. He's there to track it down, and that'll end the inning. So no runs on a hit here, no errors. And now Josh Morgan, and he'll start out their half of the third. Top of the order to follow. Right down Broadway that time. Strike 1.
I love everything this pitcher's got working right now. He's got presence. He's got great body language on the mound. He's got fastball command and a nice early feel for his off-speed stuff.
And now here is Dylan Thomas. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Ball 1 to start the at-bat. That's lifted the other way out to left. Siri comes on now and puts it away for the second out of the inning. So the next to bat will be Luis Liberato. 1 for 1 as he reached base with a double his first time up. He'll start him here with a changeup, but it's taken for ball 1. Lifted in the air toward the line and right. Right fielder is on the run. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. So they go down without a whip. Now to the plate, here is Jordan Cowan. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. And they start him out away with a called strike. In there, and he's in control 0-2 now.
There's another pitch for a strike, and this guy's really attacking hitters well tonight, being aggressive early on, and if he continues to throw strikes like he is, he's going to have a pretty good night.
That one misses, and I think a ballpark full of umpires disagrees. It's 2-2. Swing and a line drive. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is on to begin the inning.
Leadoff knock right there, Dan. How frustrating is it to let that leadoff guy get on?
Well, every pitcher, you want to get that first guy out, D-Roy.
Ouch, that one hit him.
The pitcher was acting innocent, but I saw it in real time, and my first thought was he did that on purpose. These pitchers can paint the black inside and out, make the ball move up and down, so a lot of times when you see a guy get hit in that spot, there was some kind of message behind it. We'll see what that leads to the rest of this game.
And stepping in, Jack Larson. The base knock to the outfield could score the tying run from second.
Go 2, roll it up.
He's set. Here it comes. Hit hard on the ground to second. Fielded cleanly. There's one. On to first, and they get them both. Next to hit, Cal Raleigh, trying to bring in the tying run from third here. Now he'll step off. First pitch on the way. On the ground to third. Scooped up. Go to first with time to spare, and the side is retired. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and a man left. On now to the bottom half of inning number 4. All set for the start of the inning, and set to go is the second baseman, Jansen Whitty. Lifted in the air out to center field. Center fielder on the run. He makes the catch. A great effort to get there and record the first out of the inning. First pitch of the AB on its way. Rory McCann is next as he finds himself behind 0-1.
It's no wonder this guy's pitch count is so low. If they keep swinging on the first pitch, he's got a real chance to go deep into this one.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Line drive to center field. Oh, and this kicks right off of him.
Hey, no runner. Need it.
Hey, guys, he's lucky he's getting this baseball back. He hung that middle of the plate. The batter's eyes lit up, and he was able to put good wood on it.
At the plate, Josh Morgan. Yes, he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. Has a look, now the pitch. Waved at and missed, and he's behind 0-2.
Man, this pitcher is on right now, pounding his zone, attacking these hitters. He's making it look easy.
So he got him swinging. Josh Morgan goes down for out number 2 in the top half. Dylan Thomas is in for the 3rd time now as he takes a called strike. It's 0-1. And this is lined softly to the left side. But this will get foul for strike 2. Ready on 0-2. Swing and a miss at a big breaking ball, and that's how the inning comes to an end. 1 hit, 1 left. New inning set to get underway, and at the plate will be the speedy outfielder, Luis Liberato.
This is where the pressure starts to build a little bit on an offense. It's not late enough. I mean, you don't have to start panicking right now, but this is where you're looking for someone to light a spark to get back in this game.
The third baseman, Jordan Howard.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Sends that one out of play for strike 1.
This is why the manager pencils these guys in the middle of the order. Big spot, time for them to get back in this game with a couple quality ABs.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. This is on the ground over to first. He's got it, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Connor Lean. Last time up, he was hit by a pitch.
Yeah, Matty, you're not lying. Last time up, squared right in the back. Hopefully it doesn't stiffen up. I want to see if he can get through something right here. I know it's cliche and it's tired at times, but a well-located fastball down at the knees is still the best pitch in the game.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Hit in the air down the right field line.
You're lucky if you get 1 pitch a night right down the middle. Cannot be late on that fastball.
And a good 2-strike pitch, but he misses high 1-2.
Love the high heater right there to raise the hitter's sights. Let's see if he buries something in the dirt right here.
Swing and a little blooper to center. And that's in there. Base hit. So a great job on a 1-2 pitch to keep the inning alive.
Boy, just when you're looking for one of those shutdown innings, you get 2 quick outs, D-roll, then you give up a 2-out base hit to extend the inning.
Yeah, you show me a big league ball player that's going to give away an AB. No chance. Everybody's in there grinding every at-bat, every plate appearance. Nice job. Maybe a little 2-out lightning start.
That's a strike to throw down. And he is out at second. Caught stealing to end the inning. Another look at the throwdown that results in a 3rd out on the bases. We're back with more on this Saturday night after this. 7th inning ready to roll, and that'll bring up the outfielder, Jack Larson. No balls and a strike to count. Fouled away. And a changeup swung on and missed for the 1st out.
Well, this pitching staff has done a pretty good job right there. That's the 4th time he struck out, and we're only in the 2nd game of this series.
The catcher,
Cal Raleigh comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. Lifted the other way down the left field line.
It's going to be back to some serious tee work if he can't put that pitch in play right in his wheelhouse.
1-1. Hit back toward the mound. Reined in time to first, and there are 2 away. Next to stand in is Jansen Whitty. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. Called a strike on the outer half. 0-1.
Offensive game plan needs to change right here. They need to get a little bit more aggressive. It's too late to try and work counts.
And he fouls this one off.
Boy, he's been great in this one. He's only 1 strike away from putting another 0 on the scoreboard.
Not close with the off-speed pitch taken for a ball.
He's certainly pushing the throttle and pulling it with those 4 pitches. Statistics class tells me I'm sitting fast.
The 2-2 one more time. Swing, high drive, left field and deep. And he gets there, makes the running play, and that ends the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. Ready to begin the 8th, and here comes the first baseman, Rory McCann. On to the 8th now, as the first pitch is a fastball that's looked at for ball 1. Lifted down the line in left. The 1-1 home. Swing and a liner, but a foul ball. 1-2 the count now. Into the windup and the pitch. Back up the middle. And into center field, a base hit. So early trouble here to start the 8th inning. It's like magic or something. He's given up a boatload of hits, but they haven't been able to chase a runner home.
Yeah, he's gotten the outs when he's needed them and seems to be really comfortable pitching from the stretch. Hard to keep that up over several innings, though.
0 for 2 for him to this point. 0-1, here it comes. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
All you want is the leadoff man to get on to start a big inning, maybe get a big rally going to claw your way back into this ball game.
Center fielder giving chase, but he won't have a play. This is down and into the gap.
Hey, no runner. Hold it.
And the run will score all the way from first.
He was on cruise control the entire game, but he gets brought back to reality here. An RBI double gets them on the board, and now that they've broken the dam, we'll see if they can. Hey, this was a pretty tightly played game. Got a little bit of everything in this one. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching, and defense in certain spots. This one was a fun one to watch.
5-2 the final score tonight. The Hooks led this game from the 3rd inning on and never wavered. Daniel Madsen earns his 8th victory of the season. Riley Farrell wraps it up for the save, his 18th. Minor League Baseball is live and on the air on the show. Today, the finale of this 3-game weekend series between the Arkansas Travelers and the Corpus Christi Hooks. It's baseball. It's the Brandon Belak starts the game on the mound for the 3rd and final game of the series. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, this guy comes into this start, Matt, having lost 2 of his last 3 starts, so you know he wants to get off on the right foot in this one. One of the keys, getting outs early and establishing his off-speed pitch repertoire early on in this one. We'll see if he can do that in this one here today.
The designated hitter, Daniel Madsen.
First delivery to him. Daniel Madsen is in with 2. Away now as he looks at a called strike 1. So guys, our visitors, as they take the field following a scoreless top half, they come in trying to bounce back from a loss last time out, but they've been in good form lately, 5-2 over their last 7.
Yeah, Matty, this is the big one right here. They've split the first 2 games of this series. You want to steal one right here and be feeling good about yourself.
Yeah, Dero, I think one of the things you want to do, you get to the 3rd game, you'd like to win this series and finish it off by winning game 3.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. To the plate now is the designated hitter, Daniel Madsen. 0 for 1 here in the early going. First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike.
You could tell by the hitter's balance after that swing that he's seeing the ball really good.
A swing and a drive sent out toward the gap.
Go to.
But that'll be off the wall in right center. And he'll reach second now with 1 away.
Wow, he puts a serious charge.
Striding forward now is the DH, Daniel Madsen. He doubled his last time up. Now here's the first offering. And this one's in the dirt. Throw to third. And he's going to make it up to third here as he advances on the wild pitch. Tan at third. Brewer at second with 2 gone. Looked like a breaking ball there, but it missed badly. 2-0.
I love this at-bat right here. 2 quick outs. What does he do? He goes to the plate realizing on a hot day he's got to give his team a chance, especially his pitcher, a chance to relax a little bit. He's not afraid to hit deep in the count and go to 2 strikes. Nice job working this one.
The set and the 2-1. And a check swing here as he couldn't help himself, and it's ruled strike 2. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Left fielder is on the move. He's got it, and they get out of the jam unscathed. So it's no runs on a hit, no errors, and 2 men left. So next to hit is Daniel Madsen. Flew out last time up. First pitch coming. Here it is. Oh, 1 count. Here's the pitch. And a check swing here as he couldn't help himself, and it's ruled strike 2. Runner at second here with 1 man out. A breaking ball swung on and missed, and he's set down for the 2nd time this afternoon.
Well, his struggles continue.
Next, it'll be Daniel Madsen. He went down on strikes in his last at-bat.
Yeah, he's got to put that one behind him, especially with runners in scoring position. Those punch-outs will stick with you a little longer.
They're going to extend their lead as the runner scores from second. Now a 5-0 lead.
Dan, you know what? You like to see that from an out.
Hey, this was a pretty tightly played game. Got a little bit of everything in this one. Some timely hitting.
I feel like I'ma live somehow.
Your love never meant much to me. Love never meant much to me. Your love never meant much to me.
God. The God parted is Tokyo and I'm Godzilla. Playing blackjack versus dead, you're on the card dealer. Just bought a demon, I'm screaming about the car dealer. Last temptation of Mike, but I'm a God digger. Tell me as a mob that the God don't need a job. And if I did, the oligarchs would be missing the when I'm gone. This is Bonaparte and he paired with Tucson and they went on a world conquest. Tear you from me to part.
In the minor leagues, a lost season is never fully lost because any situation can be a teaching opportunity.
He's getting some great results as a pitcher early on in his career, and it seems like a lot of folks around the game are taking notice.
A minor leaguer hears from his agent. With the team's chances hanging by a thread, this skipper calls for a last stand. Welcome into this presentation of minor league baseball from the AA Central. Today it's the rubber match of this three-game series between the Northwest Arkansas Naturals and the Corpus Christi Hooks. It's baseball on the show, and it's coming up next. Keith Weathers will do the pitching in Game 3 of the series. So stepping in is Daniel Madsen, who's back in the starting lineup for this one after sitting out last night's game. Sends that one out of play for strike one.
Hey, when you're featuring a mid-90s fastball like this pitcher, attack with that pitch. Get ahead. Get the offense on their toes. That opens up the off-speed pitches later in the game.
A windup and the 0-2 pitch. Got him swinging, and that's the third out. An inning in the books, no score. So here is Daniel Madsen, struck out in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, he didn't put up much of a fight either, Matty. Gotta find a way. Can't go down 3 pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him or swinging at him. You have to find a way to make this pitcher work a little bit harder.
Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. Right side, but it's going to be a foul ball.
This guy's been throwing the ball great so far, but it's going to be tested here. 4, 5, and 6 coming up this part of the lineup.
Line drive to left. And that's a base hit, so the pressure's on to open up the inning.
Got a way to square it up. Great job.
Stepping up is Daniel Madsen, singled in his last at-bat.
Yeah, guys, everyone knows he's been slumping. Dan, you can certainly attest to this, only amassing a solid 1 hit in your entire career. But pressure's off now. Maybe he gets hot.
And this pitch just about saws him off as he can't get extended at all. It's strike one.
In a big spot like this, you have to be looking for something you can handle. That pitch bunched him up completely, so I think he's trying to do a little bit too much right now.
The pause and the 0-2. Now this is on the ground to second. Is he going to get out of this? Maybe not, as this is kicked out there. Over to first. He does get out of it, and the inning is... Now at the plate, Daniel Madsen. He bounced out last time up.
Yeah, Matty, expect this pitcher to try and get the same result. That's his last at bat right here. The double play is in order. Anything on the ground, the way this defense is, they could certainly roll too.
Rangel, the runner at first, with 1 gone in the inning. Oh, and he looked like a caveman swinging a club on that one. It's 0-2 now.
Not much you can do with that one. Tied him up in knots.
Here we go. Make something happen.
Now move over to first, and he just manages to get his hand in. A great pitch there as he couldn't get extended on that one, and he's down on strikes for the second out.
Wow, that game flew by, but that's what happens when you get a
Cliff, what are some of the factors that can prevent a young player from succeeding or progressing as fast as he wants to?
Well, I think the one thing is you think too much about your success. There's a process involved with this whole, thing we're trying to do every single day called baseball. It's a process. You can't worry about the results. If you worry about the results, you're gonna struggle. I was in AA with Rondell White. Number one, we was going back and forth with number one prospect, number two prospect. He went 10 for 100. To this day, we best friends. He'll say, no, I wasn't trying to get you. But in my mind, I'm like, we're battling. He wants to be number one prospect, but the pressure he put on himself was just so much that every single night was 0 for 3, but 0 for 3 was trying to go for a 3-run home as opposed to putting the ball in play. We learned a lot about ourselves there.
Minor League Baseball now on the show as our coverage comes. And now, Luis Barrera. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
The designated hitter.
In there for strike one. Fellas, you take a look at these guys as they get onto the field for the bottom of the first here this afternoon. They come in looking to make it 2 in a row as they were winners last time out.
Hey, thanks, Matty. Hey, you know what, D-Roll? Try to get on a kind of a little mini winning streak here. Losing the first game of this series, winning game 2, and hopefully winning this series by pulling one out here today.
Yeah, Dan, they were able to shower that first loss off in the first game of this series and had a nice bounce-back game yesterday. Let's see if they can steal the series right here.
Vimael Machin is at the plate here as he quickly finds himself down a strike. It's 0-1. Hit on the ground to short. Scooped up. Throw gets him, 2 down. Stepping in next, Edwin Diaz. He was hitless in yesterday's shutout loss, as were many of his teammates. Into the corner and slicing foul. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Swung on and lifted in the air to left center. Center fielder giving chase, and a great diving effort there, but it'll just tip off his glove, and it's a base hit.
It's always nice to get something cooking in the first inning, even with 2 outs. Now your cleanup man steps to the plate and has a chance to drive in the first run of the game.
Logan Davidson swings and misses there, so he's down 0-1.
Have to find a way to get that guy home from second now. Never know how.
This one gets through, and that could bring in a run. Now a throw homeward is offline. My goodness. And now they'll get the third out here, but it won't come until the run has already crossed the plate. Striding in is...
Hey, this was a pretty tightly played game. Got a little bit of everything in this one sometimes. Certain...
Well, it hasn't been all roses for him lately. He's been scuffling a little bit, and sometimes that light at the end of the tunnel can seem pretty darn dim. Jim Callis of MLB Pipeline is with me. Jim, there are so many players who struggle at times on their way to the majors. How do they move past it to success?
You just have to be mentally tough. It's easier said than done, because a lot of times when you haven't faced adversity, when you face it for the first time, you don't know how to deal with it. You know,
Sure.
It's tough. But I can just think back, you know, when I first got into this business covering prospects, Chipper Jones was the #1 overall pick in the draft. And Todd Van Poppel was more famous. You know, he's like the best high school pitcher people had ever heard of in some cases. And Chipper Jones went #1. He went to the Gulf Coast League and he hit 200. And people...
Future stars are on display as minor league baseball comes your way on the show. Today, the finale of the... We've got baseball on the show. Nivaldo Rodriguez gets the... Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And digging in is the DH, the switch hitter, Daniel Madsen. Hit in the air down the right field line. Right fielder is on the run. And no one will track it down.
Let it fly right here.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2.
Get your pitch up there, huh?
Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Swing and a miss there as the breaking ball takes care of him for the first out. So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Daniel Madsen. He went down on strikes in his last at-bat. Now a swing and a miss as they start him out on a pitch well inside for strike 1. Using the slide step to try to control the running game.
Yeah, that's a good way of trying to control the running game. Now, the problem with it, though, it has a tendency to throw your command off because you're worrying about that runner on base.
Now a fastball here that'll wisely lay off, and it's 1-2.
The offense better get it going right here, because they certainly can tell from their dugout this guy is carrying him.
Oh, and meanwhile, this pitch rides too far in and winds up hitting him.
Yeah, I can hear the crowd murmuring.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Daniel Madsen. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Now the pitch. Tried to check it, and it's 0-1.
You know, over the course of a full season, you're going to have some clunkers, and this certainly looks like one. By the look on the manager's face, he's going to probably call a meeting after this.
Behind 0-2 now. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Got him swinging as he runs the fastball by him to end the inning. Into the box. Daniel Madsen struck out in his last trip to the plate.
Yeah, Matty, big-time K last time up, and it's been a tough series for him so far. You can tell he's just not seeing the ball off this team. Let's see if he can make an adjustment right here.
And the throw to first is in time, 1 gone.
Yeah, they needed him a little bit earlier in this one, but he takes the mound in the 8th and records the final 4 outs.
Total.
Yeah. Travis, where the drums at?
Don't you see them?
Every time I light one up,
Don't you see them?
I hop in my car.
Don't you see them?
I'm gonna hear something.
having split the first two in an extended series, the emphasis is on grabbing the upper hand in Game 3.
Don't you see them? Don't you see them?
Welcome to MLB The Show in this presentation of minor league baseball. A critical one in store for us here. It's Game 1 between the Corpus Christi Hook. It's baseball. It's The Show, and it comes... Digging in will be Daniel Madsen as he'll dig into the left-handed batter's box. And now a swing and a miss, and that's what you call establishing the inside part of the plate. It's strike one. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. This is flared out towards second. To second for one. On to first, but not in time as he beats it out. So now to the plate, Daniel Madsen. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. From the stretch. Here's a weakly hit fly ball off to the left side. And that'll get down for a base hit.
Boy, it's so frustrating as a pitcher. You make a quality pitch on the inside half of the plate right there.
Now to the plate, Daniel Madsen singled in his last at-bat. He's set and the pitch. On a less than impressive swing there to start the at-bat. It's 0-1.
Hey, newsflash, think he was guessing, boys? Because that was an ugly swing right there.
He looks like he's toying with him here. It's 0-2. Working for the punch-out and the offering. And a good curveball gets him swinging for wrap number 1. So now into the box is Daniel Madsen. He'll have a new pitcher waiting for him as we begin their half of the 8th. And he gets ahead here with the fastball, strike 1.
This is why the manager pencils these guys in the middle of the order. Big spot, time for them to get back in this game with a couple quality ABs.
Behind 0-2 now. And he takes strike 3 called on the fastball, 1 gone.
Well, we've seen some really good pitching from these guys in this one. The bullpen has looked sharp and have backed up a nice effort turned in by the starter. These days...
8-3 tonight. Tulsa jump out to a 1-0 series lead. Mathieu Mouton. Here the...
Welcome to the land of the permanent sun, where the flowers are melted and the future is fun. The freeway lizards are my feeling so good on the one-way trip back to West Hollywood. Let's go. It feels so good to have a perfect song. It feels so good to be in total control.
The manager challenges his players to improve their championship odds by seizing a win in a crucial swing game. With one game about to decide a league championship, an experienced manager shares a moment of levity with the young team he has come to cherish.
Now I'm switching up my energy. My enemy feel like I got hundreds of them. No love for me. Y'all ain't in the streets. Y'all just say y'all ain't in the streets. Y'all just saying you rich. No deal, I like the breach. I call up my lawyer like never mind. They playing with all of these. If it's money with me, never mind. That could pop, never mind. They send me $1 million up. I only spend money on her if I know she the truth just to keep it up. You play with my voice and you done. And I say when I'm done. You know I'm ignorant. I already know it's party acting. Telling my guests that I do music. Then turn around and I do it again. Act like I say who am I to pretend. Asking the Lord to forgive all my sins with my fingers crossed behind my brand. I sin. I feel like the Bucks. I win. Again and again. Now they telling their friends. I don't know who my friends. They like to pretend. Please leave your name and phone number after the beep. If they couldn't see me going very far, now I be overseas with the mob. I get paid when I pass a bar, but I got no love for the law. I can't remember when I had a job. Back when they wouldn't build, now they bob. I still got paper tags on my car. Now I got gophers f***ing up my lawn. That is annoying. I'm picking my poison. You crabs in a barrel, while my lobster is boiling. I'm trying to avoid them, but they keep on coming for me. DMS what they wanting from me. BMX I ain't staying for free. On my mama deceased, so they know that I eat when I speak. Mad at the way I ain't running from beef. Like Tyson, that's why my hunger so deep.
Jim, the novelty of this rare player who can hit, defend, and pitch. We've got Jenny Finch with us today, and Jenny, we've talked before. For so many players in high school, maybe even in college, they were the best two-way talent on their team. They succeeded doing that.
This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are keeping tabs on them.
Welcome into this presentation of minor league baseball from the AA Central. Opening night here in this brand new season between the Frisco Rough. It's baseball on the show, and it's coming up. Now to bat, Daniel Madsen, runner in scoring position with Sukan. First offering on its way. Comes set, the 0-1. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and it's 1-2.
I don't blame the batter for pulling the trigger right there. Those fastballs light up your eyes, and you can occasionally do damage with them. But he wasn't.
Ouch, that one hit him. Bottom of the third now, and next will be the switch-hitting third baseman, Daniel Madsen.
For me, this is an important add-on inning here. Their little lead is cute. I like it, but keeping the pressure on, building that lead, that's how you bury someone.
Oh, and look out as this runs in and gets him. The second man he's plunked in this one. Next to dig in, Daniel Madsen, hit by a pitch last time, perhaps looking for a little payback. Big swing, but he just gets a piece of it. Strike one. The windup and the 0-1. Good fastball down around the knees there, taken for a strike.
Hey, I still believe in my heart the best pitch is a well-executed fastball down and away, and that's exactly what that is. He swings at that. That's off the end of the bat. That's not hard contact at all, and that's an easy out for the defense.
And another foul ball.
Hey, that fastball caught too much of the plate on an 0-2 count.
And this is swung on and missed. Might have even been a foul tip that's held on to, but either way, the side is retired. Next up, Daniel Madsen, who went down on strikes in his last at-bat. And that's by him. It's 0-1.
Woo, not a spot you'd expect a curveball. He's lucky he missed because that's the kind of pitch that gets hit out of the ballpark.
Hey, it's your pitch. Drive it deep. Here we go, baby.
Set to deliver the 0-1. Good fastball as he gets the swing and a miss.
I think it's safe to say he wasn't ready for the fastball.
Wow, was he behind that fastball. Great job on the mound using the curveball to set up the heater.
And they could go either way now, I suppose.
Our pitcher's duel continues here. 2-1 score as we play the 8th. Not close with the off-speed pitch taken for a ball. And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away.
I really liked it. He gave up. And a nice job here to come in and slam the door. That's his first save of the season, but it certainly won't be his last.
Close one tonight. To an
everybody wanna sound around me. I'ma show you how. Come on, hold it together now. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. That's how it gotta be. So stop trying to be loud as me, cause you can do that. Think about the
An agent checks in with a client currently in the minors.
The grind of Double-A is a well-documented ordeal, and many prospects don't make it past that level because they just can't find enough consistency.
A cold hitter is offered words of encouragement.
Well, I'm still a believer in the two-way experiment for him, but the results certainly haven't been what he's wanted. It's not what he wants, it's not what the organization wants, and you wonder what that means going forward. John?
A manager challenges his hitters to step up their game.
He ran into some trouble his last time out. You could tell he wasn't having his best day on the mound. Al Leiter got a chance to see that game. Al, you have some thoughts about what went wrong for him.
Yeah, I think his location was bad. There was pitches up in the zone, clearly not what he wanted to do. It seemed like he wasn't in sync with his catcher. Anytime that happens, you can see.
A pitcher is confronted with a less than stellar stat.
He's starting to draw some eyes, and for good reason. He has been lighting it up at the plate and playing well in the field to boot. I've got Mike. When things aren't going well on the mound, how do you work through that? What are the technical aspects that you have to get right?
You know, getting ahead is everything, because that
Clutch hitting has not been a strength for this team. Their manager lets them know it.
It's easy to forget sometimes how challenging it is for any prospect to make it all the way to the major leagues.
The player is challenged to raise the bar defensively.
minor league baseball now on the show as our coverage comes to you from the AA Central. Today, the finale of this three-game weekend series between the Wichita Wind Surge and the Corpus Christi Hooks. We've got baseball on the show, and it's coming up next. Luis Garcia, the right-hander from Venezuela, gets the starting nod in this one. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, man, we're getting a look at a guy that's really been struggling lately. In his last three starts, he has a whip of over 1.50.
Batting fourth, the third baseman, Daniel.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Daniel Madsen is in with one away now as he swings and misses here at strike one. Fellas, you take a look at these guys as they get onto the field for the bottom of the first here this afternoon. They've been fairly punchless of late, losing last time out and, in fact, dropping 6 of their last 7.
Yeah, Matty, they cannot allow that one run to deflate them. I know they haven't been playing well recently, but that's nothing in today's game. The way guys are hitting home runs at an epic rate, they just need to calm down and get on the offensive side of the ball.
0-2 count. Here's the pitch. Turned on, but that's ripped foul down the third baseline. Now another 0-2. And the slider gets him swinging. 2 gone.
Really good late bite on that slider right.
Next, here is Daniel Madsen, struck out in his last trip to the plate. Swing and a miss that time. It's 0-1.
Well, he kind of tipped his hand right there. His approach is obviously sitting on the off speed because he was so late on that first pitch either.
Behind 0-2 now. Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2. Stepping in once again is Daniel Madsen. He went down on strikes in his last at-bat. Swing and a misses. He's underneath that one for the first strike.
Hey, not too often we see this hitter come outside his game plan, outside the zone, but that pitch was just so tempting.
1-1 to count. Tried to crush that ball, and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. And he struck out again. That's the 3rd time he's gone down on strikes in this one. Now at the plate is Daniel Madsen as he'll dig into the left-handed batter's box. Trying to keep the game close. Here's the pitch.
No one better. What's up right now?
Hit in the air out to left field. Left fielder is on the move. He gets there to make the play, and that ends the inning. A 2-0 finish today. Corpus Christi jumped out to an early win.
Hoy la cosa se puso buena. El gozo corre por mi vena.
Most of us will have only heard of this prospect recently, right? If at all. But Al, he's doing well in the minors as a position player and as a pitcher. And he's beginning to draw attention across the league. Do you think he carries that success forward and makes it to the show and thrives as a two-way player?
I don't want to be the bearer of negative news, but I find it amazingly difficult. I was a pitcher, and that was hard enough. So to think of this player as a two-way guy that can hit and play every day and then also pitch, very difficult. And the reason why I say it is that there's just so much work that goes in to have to play at that level. But with that said, I don't want to discourage it. I think it's kind of a sink or swim kind of opportunity. And I think they're going to give him a chance to see if he can do it. I find it pretty hard to believe that you have to go back to Babe Ruth, and I know Shohei Ohtani now, but we'll see about Shohei as well. It's just really hard. I'm skeptical on it, but I hope he's able to do it.
You don't want to discourage him, but you just killed his dreams. It's fine now.
This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are keeping tabs on him.
It's been an extended run of success for him at the AA level, and you have to think a promotion to AAA is on his mind, but it hasn't come yet. Cliff Floyd is with me today. Cliff, can that be a distraction for a young player?
It definitely can.
A player receives a check-in from one of his coaches.
This is such an interesting player. I've talked about him before. Now he's starting to make an impact at the AA level, and people, well, you can bet he'd like to make a little more contact going forward. It's been a lot of strikeouts recently for him. He needs to rediscover his stroke at the plate. Sean Casey joins me today. Case, how does a guy bounce back when he's fanning at this rate?
Well, you know, when I'm watching this guy swing, he looks a little lost. And I think the biggest thing about when you're striking out a lot, it's more of a mental thing, right? And so what happens is...
Future stars are on display as minor league baseball comes your way on the show. Tonight, the first of this three-game weekend series between the Corpus Christi Hooks and the Wichita Wind Surge. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next. Charlie Barnes, a hurler from South Carolina, will be the starting pitcher in this one. What do you have for us on him, Danny?
Well, Matt, you hate to go into game thinking that you're going to have to get the bullpen involved, but you may have to with this guy on the mound. He's not known for going very deep in the games. Very rarely does he go 6 innings or more, so this very well could be one of those Johnny Holstaff days.
Now it'll be Daniel Madsen as the switch hitter will bat right-handed here.
Hey, swinging from the right side against left-handed pitching has been an area of concern for this guy so far this season. And his numbers aren't very pretty in those matchups.
Behind on that one, now behind in the count, 0-1. Now the pitch. No plate discipline that time, and he's in the hole now, 0-2.
Hey, this guy's so aggressive, I don't think this pitch is anywhere near the zone.
Swing and a miss as he ran the fastball right by him for the first out. Up next, Daniel Madsen. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Swing and a miss, and he's behind 0-1.
I love everything this pitcher's got working right now. He's got presence. He's got great body language on the mound. He's got fastball command and a nice early feel for it.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And that is swung on and missed. He's down on strikes, and the first 2 are retired here to begin inning number. Next to hit is Daniel Madsen, and he's likely just trying to put one in play here. 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts thus far. And he swings through a fastball and doesn't catch up with it. It's 0-1.
Got to believe the pitcher's going to trust his defense right here. Look for something down in the zone to induce a ground ball double play.
Swing and miss, and he's in the hole 0-2 now.
This is why the manager pencils these guys in the middle of the order. Big spot, time for them to get back in this game with a couple quality ABs.
Got him, and he goes down on strikes for the third. Ready now is Daniel Madsen. 3 at-bats for him in this one, all ending with him going down on strikes. On the ground to second base. This could be 2. 1 there. Back to first. The 9th inning double play, and they're an out away from closing this one out. 5-0 finish tonight. The Wichita Wind Surge used a nice pitch.
Sean, this little-known minor leaguer has been getting surprisingly promising results as a pitcher and as a position player, but we know there's a long way to go before you reach the majors. Do you think he's got a real shot at being a two-way player in the show?
Well, I mean, the biggest thing for this is you just got to watch the progression, right? You got to see if he can continue it over time. You know, a small sample size doesn't show us much. You know, really, you got to see the body of work over a season or two or three seasons.
A pitching coach offers reassurance to a pitcher who's been knocked around a bit lately. In the minor leagues, a lost season is never fully lost.
This is a guy we've talked about before, and he's getting a lot more attention lately, really rising up the prospect ranks.
With the team's chances hanging by a thread, this skipper calls for a last stand. With the team's chances hanging by a thread, this skipper calls for a last stand. A manager checks in with his ball club. An agent checks in with a client currently in the minors.
When you had times when you were going great on the mound but not at the plate, did it ever start to get in your mind when you were on the mound? Did the struggles bleed?
A pitching coach checks in with a member of his staff.
Carlos, we often hear about the importance of day-to-day consistency, that players need to focus on maintaining their process and let...
This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are keeping tabs on them.
Well, look, guys, I'm still a believer in the two-way experiment for him, but he hasn't exactly set the world ablaze. And there's some talk in the industry, maybe it's time to...
A pitcher is encouraged to keep looking for improvement. An agent needs to check in from time to time to make sure his client is happy with his situation. A savvy agent will engender confidence in his client. Confidence that he's... But the measure of a good agent is how well he can turn these possibilities into actuality. A manager checks in with his ball club. A pitcher is confronted with a less than stellar stat. Clutch hitting has not been a strength for this team. Their manager lets them know it. The coach draws a player's attention to a recent trend in his numbers. A pitcher who's been inefficient from the stretch of late is given a coach up. In the minor leagues, a lost season is never fully lost because any situation can be a teaching opportunity. With the team's chances hanging by a thread, this skipper calls for a last stand. With the team's chances hanging by a thread, this skipper calls for a last stand. Entering the last series of the season, this team's situation is precarious, but not without hope.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, I go by the name of Phil Augusta Jackson. This is the Redondo tape. Shout out to Nick Lee. 6 months in Redondo. Beach right by the condo. Oh my gosh, oh my casa. I'ma need my sushi pronto. Shooting star like a Cosmo. Make you move like a mambo. Spank a hater like a bongo. Baby sleeping mono. Girl sweet like a mango. Gives a taste to the tango. Strum it like a banjo. Then hit the sound in our sandals. Flow hot like a condo. Ain't no place that I condo. On a mission like Rambo. Self-portrait like Van Gogh. My whole team really on deck. Chuck Norris about to go flex. Make it flow, about to get checks. About to get picks. Keys work, make sure I get with the money, with the paper. Stacked on deck like a patch. Move fast like a dash. Gotta be the guard. Now I'm riding up the two. You would think I'm in the 6. On Jan 26, 36, but I never the brick. When I shoot, I never break. When I shoot it, swish. Fourth quarter, 10 on the clock. Follow through.
This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are keeping tabs on them. An agent checks in with a client currently in the minors. A pitching coach offers reassurance to a pitcher who's been knocked around a bit lately. A manager addresses his team about their recent slump. A coach hopes to help his players get more out of his plate appearances. An agent needs to check in from time to time to make sure his client is happy with his situation. A savvy agent will engender confidence in his client, confidence that he has a world of possibilities at his fingertips. But the measure of a good agent is how well he can turn these possibilities into actuality. This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are keeping tabs on them. The player is challenged to raise the bar defensively. Clutch hitting has not been a strength for this team. Their manager lets them know it. The coach draws a player's attention to a recent trend in his numbers. A pitching coach checks in with a member of his staff. In the minor leagues, a lost season is never fully lost because any situation can be a teaching opportunity. With the team's chances hanging by a thread, this skipper calls for a last stand. This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are keeping tabs on them. An agent checks in with a client currently in the minors. A pitching coach offers reassurance to a pitcher who's been knocked around a bit lately. This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are keeping tabs on them. A pitcher is issued a challenge by his coach. Coach draws a player's attention to a recent trend in his numbers. In the minor leagues, a lost season is never fully lost because any situation can be a teaching opportunity. With the team's chances hanging by a thread, this skipper calls for a last stand. Clutch hitting has not been a strength for this team. Their manager lets them know it. An agent checks in with a client currently in the minors. A pitching coach offers reassurance to a pitcher who's been knocked around a bit lately. This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are keeping tabs on them. A pitcher is issued a challenge by his coach. An agent needs to check in from time to time to make sure his client is happy with his situation. A savvy agent will engender confidence in his client, confidence that he has. But the measure of a good agent is how well he can turn these possibilities into actualities. This minor league team is reminded that the eyes of the organization are keeping tabs on them. The player is challenged to raise the bar defensively. A manager checks in with his ball club. The coach draws a player's attention to a recent trend in his numbers. A cold hitter is offered words of encouragement. In the minor leagues, a lost season is never fully lost because any situation can be a teaching opportunity. With the team's chances hanging by a thread, this skipper calls for a last stand. Entering the last series of the season, this team's situation is precarious, not without hope.